Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 2 between Air Robert and Fair Rommel in the Season 11 Steel Division 2 League. Let's dive right in here to Haroshaje. And on the left in the red, we have Air Robert playing 26 Strelki on Vanguard income. And on the right in the blue, we have Fair Rommel playing Spearverband Kessel on Maverick income. So two very interesting divisions here. Let's dive right into these. Air Roberts, 26th Strelki. This was like one of the best divisions in the game. It still is very good. It never it didn't get nerfed or anything. It just kind of didn't keep up with the gradual power creep of the game that we all know has happened. I don't think the power creep is absurd. There's just a couple units and divisions that are a little out of whack. And I know, go ahead, throw down in the comments how wrong I am. But yes, there's power creep. Is it completely broken the game? I don't think so. I still think 26 Strelki is still a very good division. It has a very significant weakness that is exploitable. But let's dive right in here. So the recon tab, solid, you get snipers, but that's it. So it doesn't do much, but it is snipers. Now he's double vetting them both in A, kind of weird in my opinion. I don't know why you wouldn't just go one on single vet in A and one single vet in B. It gives you 12 of them. I don't think double vetting them does that much, but that's just my opinion. The infantry tab, really solid. You get a great mix of good Russian infantry. There's Cherno for spam. You have the Avtos, which are really solid. Now Gavardi DP for every phase, but he's putting 2 in A and 1 in C. Then you get the Sapity, but then you get a card of Sturmoviki Rocks and a card of Strafniki, both of which he is putting into B phase. The tank tab is a cool mix of units that are kind of uncommon units. We have a T-34E, that's not uncommon. You get the IS-1, which is a great single card unit. 160 millimeters of armor really is a tough nut to crack for a lot of divisions. Then you get the KV-1E, which is a nice, really cost-efficient tank with some good armor and a good enough gun. It's not a great gun, but it gets the job done for 65 points. It's quite solid. And then you get the KV-85, which is basically like the pre-T-34-85. I personally really enjoy this tank. It's really fun to play with. The support tab, phenomenal in this division. You get the usual plethora of good Soviet support weapons with the Maxim, Ogniv, and Cheeky, OB-25, and then you get the vaunted, feared ISU 152s. The AT tab, not stellar, definitely a little bit lacking. PTRS is ZIS-3s. I think you get 45 mils like usual. I don't see him here, though. SU-85, he's double vetting those in A. And then he's bringing a card of Faustniki, and these are definitely not for the AT, because the AT is not even good. It's for the cheap light machine gun, because they carry around a DT machine gun for 10 points. It's not bad. It's like a 5-man team for 10 points. So really that's for the LMG. The AA tab is the big weakness of this deck. All you have is basically 2 cards of M15s. There are stupid little machine gun trucks, but those are legitimately useless. So yeah, the AA is pretty rough to say the least. RD tab, you get some really big guns and you get some Andrusha and you get a technically a good off map, although all off map is garbage crap. But yeah, so some big guns here. Hopefully we'll get to see some of those out, but he's only bringing one of each, vetting each one of those. And then the air tab is pretty good. Yak-9Bs are actually pretty phenomenal dive bombers. The Yak-9 fighter is meh, as most of the Yaks are. On the other side, Spearverband Kessel, a division I really enjoy, but it's tough. It's not a very efficient division. The recon tab, pretty lacking. He's not even taking the Hatador Johor, I can't remember what the name is, but basically the 12-man, 15-point chunk squads that easy to fill. So kind of surprised to see that. The infantry tab is, the focus of the division. It is quite strong. Brandenburgers being your really strong infantry. You get 3 cards, though. He's bringing 1 in A and 2 in B. And then you get the Brandenburger with Pioneer with the double flamer, which is phenomenal. C card, you get a Panzergren card. You can get some in A too. And then the rest of the division, well, then you have that single flamer unit, the Hungarian one. And then the rest of the division is Higividash, and he's bringing the Seltzery. I'm not a big fan of those. The Higividash are inefficient to start, and those are even worse. Tank tab, mostly Stugs. You get a card of Stug 4s. There's a Pan 4 card as well. Support tab, solid IG-18s, MG-42s, and you do get some Stu 42s. AT tab, a nice mix of stuff. Martyr 2s, Pack 40s, 40Ms, but no 2K AT. AA tab, pretty solid. Bofers, Flak 88 for that 2K AT, and then some Flak Vrillings. RD tab, pretty underwhelming, really light. He's not even bringing the Wesps in here. He does have the yucky off map. And the air tab, a lot of Focke-Wulfs, ME-210s here, and the JU-88s. No fighters, though. Interesting. Gonna be tough to take down those Yaks. So off we go here. Nothing super aggressive here from Farad, which is actually quite surprising. Air Robert No, not anything particularly aggressive. And wow, Farad really lightly deployed up north. That's really odd because usually this is a pretty easy blob. And if he had push, he definitely would have gotten into this. This is pretty light deployment as well here from Air Robert. Farad's slower deployment, I 100% understand. His transports are pretty slow overall, so he wasn't going to get ahead. Now, Air Robert did attempt a little PTRS cheese run there. The Higgy-Vidash did stop that. Higgy-Vidash, a Hungarian unit that is... it looks good on paper, but it really underperforms, honestly. Every time I use this unit, I want it to be good, and it ends up really sucking. It's got Molotovs, you know, you get 9 rifles and 3 good submachine guns. The issue is the Madsen's awful, and this unit is just expensive for what it does. It doesn't really put out much damage at long range, and at close range, once it throws its Molotov, it's not actually doing all that much. So for 25 points, it just doesn't have a lot of killing power, which really sucks. When it comes into slow transport, it just doesn't do very well. So the big fight appears to be pretty much focused on the center, except for this south blob. It's mostly Ognomachiki with some Chernos mixed in there. Brandenburger getting in there first. Not sure I'm a big fan of that, especially without the leader. Then you have the Hotavadash here, which are mediocre CQC units. They do have a flamer, but if it weren't for that, they'd be bad. So they're really not great. They're better than nothing. They're certainly better than just a normal unit. But MG42 going to get hit by that Yak 9B. These are great fighter bombers at only 100 points. They reload really fast. They're very quick. They do some great work. Brandenburger, I mean, yes, they technically are CQC units, but I don't like using them that way. Throwing a 35-point commando unit with double MG42 into the woods just feels really wrong. I understand they're walking around with a grenade, but that personally doesn't make it a CQC unit, in my opinion. Martyr 2 going after that OB-25 that's just chopping down infantry. Brandenburger here in the town. This is where I would have deployed all the Brandenburgers along with those Panzer guns. The Higgy-Vidash should have all gone down here because at least they do have some Molotovs. They've taken out an Ognomachiki, the flame of this unit, doing what it needs to do right now. It does have 4 submachine guns, so it does okay. It's basically just a chunky Sturm Pioneer squad for all intents and purposes. That's really how it ends up functioning. The rifles don't put up that much damage. Yes, they are better than a Sturm Pioneer squad, but they are 5 points more too. So, wow. Pretty easy clear out there for Farad out of that flag. So back to 12-12. Yak 9B back in again. MG42 down. Already the Yak 9B doing tons of damage. And no AA from Farad. Kind of shocking, honestly. He's got a flag for in A phase. He could easily put it back here or something, or more aggressively up forward here, and easily stop these Yak 9Bs completely. Air Robert now on a 13-11 with the town securely his. And this is where 26th really shines, honestly. You can just really get a lot of units out. I wouldn't even call it spam. The Chernos are spammy, of course, but a lot of the infantry are just solid Soviet infantry. And it's one of the few divisions that feels like, all right, Soviets got something going on here. This is one of the few divisions that feels that way when it comes to the Soviets. A lot of Soviet divisions just kind of underperform, but this one does a nice job. Again, it's not overwhelmingly good, but it is. If it weren't for the awful AA, I do think it'd probably be really high A tier, if not S tier. But the weak AA makes it so vulnerable to air spam and other things. Well, mostly air spam. And the meh AT can be problematic. You don't really have much 2K AT at all. The ISU 152 is basically your 2K AT, which is... I always joke that it's phenomenal at it, but truthfully, it's not. That's not what it's designed for, of course. So, you know, it's lacking that 2K AT, and it's lacking the AA to really make it like the division. Transport killed by the Panzer IV. That's swinging around here. Brandenburgers have taken a lot of damage. Panzergren's doing a lot of work, though, holding off all of these infantry, but all the mostly Chernos. Here comes the 122 already. Barf. Panzer IV, oh, misses the OB-25. Can he get a second shot? It cannot. Oof. Killing that OB-25 off would have been huge. And here comes the first ISU 152 of the game. OB-25 finding some Higgy-Vidash to pick on. Yeah, this is not good. These Higgies will die. Look how they've literally done no damage. Oh, they're just firing the Madsen. That's why. Because the Madsen is a horrible automatic rifle. The only advantage of it is the fact that it's an automatic rifle. All right, OB-25 has its heat shell on target. This is probably going to be a dead Panzer IV. Bailed out. Down it goes. The almighty power of the OB-25. This thing is just unstoppable. No other infantry gun in the game kills armor as consistently as the OB-25. I don't really understand what it is. Chat, what is so magical about this unit that's so much better than, say, this? I guess the penetration? Is that it? Is that what's doing it? That must be. They fire the same rate. That's it. Heat shell, 25%. Heat shell, 25, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I guess having 15 millimeters more armor penetration makes this absolutely the ultimate weapon of destruction. Doesn't feel like it has 25% accuracy. I will say that. Yak 9B coming in again, and there is AA now. I was about to say, still no... Wow, this is a really exposed position for this. Like, that OB-25, the ISU 152 might swing around here. Higavadash continue to be used to garrison the town. I'm kind of surprised, because he does have more Panzergrens he could be calling in here. And the fights are clearly long-range fights, so I'm a little surprised Ferret's calling those in. Here's some Brandenburgers and Panzergrens. That makes a lot more sense now. Those are much more effective here in this fight going on. Off-map coming down again. The off-map didn't do much. It's not a very heavy off-map at the end of the day. It's 122 mil. So it's not exactly, like, back-breaking, but it's an off-map, and that makes it super annoying and stupid. Higgy's getting overwhelmed quite easily because, again, they really just suck. Like, they do CQC mediocrely, and that's all they do. For their price. Again, it's not that they're bad infantry units, but for their price, they just end up being very inefficient. You can see how they're, like, basically not putting out any suppression at all on these units. We now see an ME-210 in, getting a bomb strike off, killing off the sniper, and since there's not many of those... Oh, I thought it was going to kill that. That would have been huge. OB-25 going to go down here? It does. Yeah, you definitely want those killed off. Yak 9B goes down. Flak Furling takes one. Can it take the other? The damage on that from the ME-210 strike did what it needed to do. Off map coming in. Can the Flak Furling finish that off? Nope, gonna come up short. But yeah, that's a huge kill there. ME-210 going for the attack run. Oh! Oh, that's huge! That's 2 of the 3 Yak 9Bs dead. Wow, that is a horrible exchange for Air Robert. That is absolutely backbreaking. That's 200 points gone, and more importantly, just the utility of those Yak 9Bs. They were just creaming everything. Wow. And then there's 2 ME-210s floating around on top of it all. Panzergren's caught out in the open, gonna get eviscerated by this ISU 152. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Last calling of that 122. Thank God that's in A phase, and that's the last of it we have to experience here. IG-18 on the hill here to stop these Chernos from just pushing in. Air Robert basically just throwing Chernos everywhere to push flags and push pressure all over the place. M15, T-34 coming in. Martyr 2s as well. Now the 122 is flying through. It shouldn't be able to surrender anything, but the Faustniki can. Oh, it surrenders the leader. Oof. Oh, and Faustniki... No, it didn't. Yep. What a race. The Stug 4 is on the run. The DT can fire on the move? Wait. What did I just see? Y'all just saw that, right? The Faustniki was shooting on the move. It shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's a light machine. Oh, it has move and shoot. Wait, what? When did I miss that point? The DT has a move and shoot? Why the heck does it get move and shoot? Explain. I want to know. Chat. Explain to me why the DT machine gun has move and shoot. Is it just that unit? That Stug 4 insta goes down, ISU, and bounces the... Okay, yep, sure. Anyway, what was that about? I need to know. Why? Was that in some patch from forever ago and I just never noticed that DTs, like, get to fire on the move? Or is it just that unit specifically for some reason? IS-1 now in... Whoa, it's in tight. This is a ballsy place to put it. Martyr 1 does have a day PCR on, so it can kill this. And that would be absolutely massive if he killed that IS-1. Because remember, there's only one of them. They are very effective, but there is only one. There will be only one. ME-210 in. Crappy M15 can't do the job. There's even 2 of them. DP machine... Gavardi DP held off. Off-map, counter-off-map now coming in. We're into B phase. There are 2 off-maps for fair. Bailed out on the Martyr 2. Oh! Ooh, that IS-1. Oh, no. And down the IS-1 goes that Martyr 2, the ultimate value. 55 points to, what is it, 160, 130? Oh, good lordy. Yeah, I would never put an IS-1 in the middle of this town. You're just kind of asking for that to happen, honestly. And here it is. This off-map a lot deadlier at 149 millimeters. Flakverling falling back to get into a safer position. Definitely the right play there. Stug 4, IG-18 on the hill, doing absolute crap tons of damage here to these poor infantry down below. When you're playing this map, this is a position a lot of people neglect. You really should get some support weapons up on this hill. It does so much work as the game goes on. What he really wants up here is a Stug 42. That would really start to do the work. These Higgies here are really need to just fall back and stop trying to shoot stuff in the open. More Brandenburgers in. So now there's 16 Brandenburgers here for Farid. But there are Strafniki and Sturmoviki rocks for Air Robert, so it's not like his weapons are bad. Remember, we are on Vanguard versus Maverick, too, so Air Robert's advantage is now over, and Farid's getting all the advantage. Look at this. Whoa. Whoa. Farid going hard up in the north. I mean, that should absolutely destroy these units here. So off-map comes in. Okay. Not doing much. And Farid's not following it up. So this is what I would consider an absolute waste of an off-map. Like, you off-map, big whoop-de-doo. Like, drive something through, do something with it, or don't have it. Like, they're trash if you don't do something with them. They're absolutely broken if you follow them through and you get to surrender 40 units for nothing. But you're just wasting hundreds of points. If you're not doing that, you're just wasting 160 points. Yes, they kill some things once in a while, but if you don't, then it's whatever. They're just obnoxious. Martyr 2, can it take out the Faustniki? Yeah, it does. The APCR successfully getting the shot off just in time. Here's the off-map. It will kill the leader, because that's how off-map works. So basically, if you just want to kill a leader from time to time, you can spend 160 points to freebie kill leaders. Oh my god, the leaders are alive. It's an off-map miracle. Air Robert has been blessed by the RNG gods. Here comes one of the most expensive blob Q moves I've ever seen. I mean, those guys should absolutely tear that northern flank apart. Now, a fresh Sturmoviki Rocks blob getting in here, and these guys are going to get absolutely decimated. Brandenburg Pioneers could counter this, but even that will be a really tough fight. Brandenburg gets a grenade off, kills off the Chernos, and now just regrets his life. Oh, Hatavadash trying to fight back, but that fight is a definite loss. Let's see how these Brandenburgers deal with this. Brandenburger Pio up north. We do see a Stug 3 coming in. Do we see reinforcements? Air Robert has not realized the danger as of yet. Sniper on return fire. Interesting. I understand for spotting purposes, but it's already pretty tight. We've already go down. Brandenburger's doing what they do and tearing through those troops. And the southern flank getting absolutely mauled here by these Sturmoviki rocks. The final Yak 9B now in, trying to save the day here. We'll get bombs off on the Brandenburg. Ooh, takes one out completely. Yeah, it has a great bomb loadout. Air Robert with some Strafniki coming in. Desperate reinforcements. I'm not sure where Farid's going. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. Avtos, though, they're in range of the Avtos, but there are grenades here. Ooh, and the Avtos get caught out before they can fire. Oh, now they're in. Oh, they put out so much damage. Brandenburgs need to fall back. Now 13-11 for Farid. The town's still under a lot of pressure, though, despite Farid's income advantage. Yeah, the Selki... I don't know how to say this. Selski? These are terrible. These are these dudes, but worse. Stug 4 in the middle here gets tapped by the ISU 152 because 30% accuracy, right? You just want to double check. Yeah, definitely. That's real. Let's see here. Off map coming down again. Okay. Most of the things are falling back, though, so I'm not sure what the plan with that is. ISU 152 coming over to one-tap that Stu 42. Brandenburgers have pushed through, but they haven't actually eliminated the infantry here. They just grabbed the ground. And the ground is nice, but these Avtos still have to be dug out. Off-map coming down, T-34 being tough right now. Maybe that Martyr 2 can go perform another miracle. We saw Farid in another game, though, against Mamil, calling tons of off-map and kind of not do anything impressive with it, so it's possible he'll call in another one. Oh, goodbye, MG42. We hardly knew thee. Alright, so PTRS does get spotted by the Stug, but it got a transmission damage on the Stug as well. PTRS should die now, like, almost instantly to the Brandenburger. Brandenburger stopped the Strafnikis nice and far away. But the Strafniki actually should put up a good fight here because of their triple machine gun. Now a T-34 in as well. Farrad currently at a 15-9, though it's a tenuous one, to say the least. ME-210 still able to get through, and again, that's the issue here with the M15s. They just really are not that good. They're not bad. They're not the worst AA you could be stuck with. Like, it's not being stuck with German 20 mils, but it's not much better. Not that much better. Combat Wombat on these things, too. Like, even as a commander on these guys. And they're still not doing that much. Cherno's going down to the Stu-42. Brandenburger's in. Farrad about to lose his 15-9. Brandenburger Pyo's down south, but not enough to push out all these Sturmoviki rocks. As Panzergrenadiers and Brandenburgers try to hold off these units. T-44 off the road, though. Sturmoviki now pushing in. Bunch of Strelki coming in. Again, apologies making up that pronunciation. Cherno down. ISU-152 took some sort of hit, but killed whatever was assaulting it. Absolute monster of a unit. So in terms of loadout, the Sturmoviki are loaded out better. I mean, the Brandenburg pilots have a grenade, have a smoke. What is he doing? This is just really weird. He doesn't want it out in the open. There we go. He's so lucky because that ISU-152 is a little out of position. Could have easily one-shotted this. Yeah, the Sturmovikis are better armed. The PP Shaw is better than the MP40 by a noticeable margin. ISU-152 one-taps that Stu-42. 81 mortar now in. 1410 for Farrad Rommel. This flag up here recaptured here by Air Robert. Air Robert's still in the lead on tickets. One of the Sturmovikis died in the transport. No, it's down here. Just kidding. But easily forced off here. Brandenburger's doing what they do and absolutely smacking units around. ISU-152 gonna maul this Hatavadash, I think? No? Nope. Okay. Just kidding. No. Yak-9B getting in. Bombs down. Brandenburg takes a hit, but not as bad as it could have been. Bofors is in to stop this Yak-9B. It did not stop it, but it's putting some good damage on it. Yeah, the Brandenburger Pyro went down pretty easy to the Sturmoviki rocks, actually. Yeah, if he wants this back, he's going to have to make a more dedicated push. And here's a little bit more dedicated push going on. Higavadash along with... No, Hatavadash with some Brandenburger's Pyros here. He could really use that unit back on the hill here. It was doing some good work, but the Cherno just finding this empty space here in the line. Yeah, these guys, these are not worth. Just call in more Higavadash, honestly. Like, if you're going to call these dudes in, just call in Higavadash. You still get 18 of them. I don't think you need 27 of these dudes. He's got 107, and Farrad's got 107 infantry in his deck. I think that's a little much, honestly, especially with the price. These are not cheap infantry. Like, they're all expensive. The cheapest unit is 25 points. Like, that's really expensive. On his Maverick income, I think he would, even if he just called in infantry, he would have a hard time getting every single infantry unit out. Panzergrenadiers could move and help this out. I mean, the Stug 3 should be invincible to the Strafniki PTRDs. That doesn't mean you should just be letting them get blasted. Andrusha, off to the race here. Andrusha did receive a buff somewhat recently, so this should be pretty nice. Gets a good hit on the Stug 3. It's this Chelsea too. Strzelki. I have no chance of this. It's Hungarian. Stug 3 does go down. Andrusha. Nice work on that thing. Nice to see those get buffed because they were pretty bad. Especially when you compare them to like the Nebelwerfers and stuff. They were awful. So now they're at least a little bit less awful. So Higavadash have a laughably low chance of beating the Sturmoviki rocks. It should be a really one-sided fight. Gotta be careful. He's got the problem is the Sturmoviki flames are gonna hit all three of these units at once. Panzer 3 doing some damage. 81 mortar going after the T-34. I don't want to miss this southern assault here. You see how they're both getting hit? Like, you can't have your infantry that bunched up. It doesn't help. Up north, Brandenburg and stuff are holding off. T-34 now in position, though. Does he have any Panzerschrecks or anything? He does have Panzerschrecks, so we don't see any yet, but Strelki, there's Panzerschreck, like he's mentioned. Double Brandenburger. One of them should be able to get a grenade off at some point. There we go. Is that 2 grenades? No, that was a Molotov. And the Strelki rocks go down. Unfortunately, all these units wasted now their grenades and Molotovs. Here comes a 4-man blob of Strafniki. So after Farad's blobs of Brandenburgers, now we have blobs of Strafniki. These guys have no sense of saving special units. But none of these units have AT, so this T-34 pretty safe. Stug 3 can't decide what to do, trying to get on the hill. Is that the 81 mortar? It is. Going after the ISU-152? Okay. He does have radio from this Brandenburger, but it shouldn't be able to reach. ME-210 coming in to try to save the day. Stug 3 goes down instantly to the unmissable ISU-152. I don't think we've seen it miss. Yeah. Haven't seen it miss. First shot. Doing it. Doing it dirty. And honestly, I'm fine with... I hate this unit, but I am fine with it being good. The Soviets suffer in a lot of different ways. This unit is one of their, like, special, actually ridiculously costed super strong units. And that's fine. Like, that's cool that they have that. I just wish they wouldn't lie on the unit card and say that it's 30% accuracy. It absolutely is not. And I'm saying that blatantly without any factual basis, just on my watching of thousands of games of this game. I don't think it has 30% even close. And I know people hop in the comments and, well, that's at base... Well, this is base veterancy. I'd like to first note, this is base veterancy. There is no veterancy on this unit. And they say it's at maximum range. But I don't think it's, like, absurdly huge at 1,750 meter range, the range he just nailed that Stug at. But yeah. Again, I really don't. I hate the unit. I absolutely loathe it. But I don't mind it, the Soviets having a really strong unit like this. I mean, every faction has a unit that's, like, pretty nuts. And this just happens to be the Soviet one. Off-map coming down. Let's see if this time Farad can take advantage of it. The Gavardi DP might take out this Martyr too. That would be a huge kill for that Gavardi DP. Freaking Soviet hero here. Except the Stu-42 going to get involved and kill that. T-34, I don't even... What did it? Did they throw some grenades or something at it? Bofors goes down. What a kill there. Strafniki just chopping through. These infantry have to stay in the woods. They can't really beat this Strafniki blob at range. So Farad back to a 15-9 though. I mean, Air Robert making good progress, but I mean, currently flag-wise, Farad is now ahead. Another ISU-152 in. As the off-map slowly rolls these troops back, Farad now totally back into this town. Definitely really slow in his follow-up here. The Brandenburgs will insta-pin anything that shoots at them. More importantly, the off-map took away all the cover. I would say that's actually the more important fact here. Brandenburg now being walked in to try to take advantage of the pinning. Air Robert now in on his flags, though, again. Strelki go down here. Zakeli? Zakeli. Sure, let's go Zakeli. It's definitely wrong, and I am so sorry, my Hungarian watchers. Or the many European people who actually are taught many languages, unlike me. There we go. Double M15 might finally get a kill on this ME-210. It should. My goodness, they've had enough time on target. Oh, they get distracted by another ME-210. If you're going to lose a plane, call another plane. That's the answer. Zakeli actually beating the Strafniki. It only took 2 squads to do it. Panzer IV now coming in. We are into C phase, but Farad on a 16-8 with the town crumbling to him. Wow, and Air Robert actually has almost nothing down here. If Farad's able to find some extra points, this would be a huge hole to exploit. Of course, he doesn't know that. Farad has lost a lot of troops up north, though. He lost all those Brandenburgers. But Air Robert has also deployed a crap ton of stuff here. It's not like it hasn't been equal commitment there. T-34 in, but it's on the move, so it's missing. Why would Air Robert call this in on a fast move? What is he doing? Yeah, 2 straight misses because the T-34 is moving, and the Stug 3 easily kills it then. ISU-152 gets a single shot, pins down every Zakeli here easily. 242 getting a lot of value. T-34 gets a penetration or something out of penetration. Oh, this one right here. And down the Panzer IV goes, but takes the T-34 with it. There's another T-34 around, though. None of these units have AT, so this should help seal this up for Air Robert. I would hope so. Sekeli can't get away. Brandenburger holding this flag now. Still 16-8 for Farad Rommel, though. And remember, neither of these guys getting money points. I know technically Vanguard's better, but in terms of C phase, but we've talked about this many times, Maverick basically has more points until the end of the game, and it only balances out at like the 50-minute mark. Like, it's not useful. It's not the valuable exchange. Yak 9B getting a nice little run on the ME210. Might allow the M15 to take it down. It's smoking. Off map again. God, these things are obnoxious. It's really the only reason Farad got the town is because he just off map rolled Air Robert back. So this time actually getting some value out of his off map, though. Can't fault him for the use this time. Except for that first call him. SU the ace goes down immediately. Just a reminder for newer players, the aces don't do anything. There's nothing special about them at all, except for a special skin. But they perform exactly the same as the normal unit. The joke in the community is that they die easier, because they always do seem to die really fast. But there is no statistical difference, and no, they don't actually die faster. It just kind of feels that way. I don't know why. As we just saw that one die without doing anything at all. Our first KV-85 of the game in. Haven't seen any of these rolling in. Fun unit here with 125 millimeters armor, heavier than the T-34-85, and yet cheaper. Well, I mean, technically, it doesn't have the 2K guns. That's why it's cheaper. I mean, I'm talking about the 1944 variant. The 1943 variant it's really closer to that, but has heavier armor. And it is also a heavy tank, so it does have 12 health, which means it can kind of tank some extra shots from time to time. So 12 minutes left here for Air Robert, unless he can start turning things around. I mean, technically in C phase, he has the advantage. And I'm not talking about income. I'm talking about in terms of efficiency of units, right? Each one of Farad's units at this point is probably about 30 points, or it's the crappy 25 Sekeli here. On the other hand, he's calling Gavardi DP, which are 25-point double machine gun units. So in terms of efficiency, Air Robert has the advantage. It depends on how long the game goes. That determines how much that efficiency will end up mattering. Also, Air Robert called his T-34s in an A phase, so he's probably out of them already, because he only had 4, and we saw at least 2 up here, maybe even 3 up here, and we saw 1 rolling around in here. So I think they're all gone, so there's no more T-34s. Here comes a KV-1E, though. He never used any of those either. ISU 152 in really tight here. Really ballsy. It's one of the only places that Farad can successfully kill these is right up next to him. So I'm really surprised to see Air Robert getting these in so close. I understand why he's doing it. He wants to be able to just like wipe these infantry out quickly and push forward, but ugh, that is ballsy. That is so ballsy. Any well-placed Panzerschreck will easily kill that. Air Robert doing a good job moving his AA. He doesn't have much. He has to be very careful with it. Like, you only have 6 AA pieces. When they're dead, you're screwed. Like, you're already semi-screwed to start because the AA is not very good, but if it all dies, then you're really boned. So, Air Robert barely holding on to the flags up north here. The Sekeli here won't do very much. They'll die relatively quickly. All they can really do is throw Molotovs. This one doesn't even have one anymore. Down south, we haven't checked this out in a while. Nope, it's still sitting pretty static here after that big push to recapture this flag went well. Air Robert could definitely recapture this flag. I don't know why he's not doing something about that. There we go. There we go. Gonna say, that's just no reason for that. I mean, there are 2 flags here that Farad's holding on barely. So Air Robert does have a chance of getting back in here pretty quick. T-34 waiting in ambush, it would appear, for this Stug 3 to poke his head out. KV-1E, unit we don't see very often. 100 millimeters penetration, 110 millimeters of armor. Pretty darn slow. But it does have double machine gun, 65 points, got an okay availability. It is a very good tank. Shame we don't see it more often, but I don't think it was like super duper common at this point in the war. Because the KV-1 series was pretty early war. 40M's in, does get wiped out. Pack 40 searching for that ISU 152. A lot of infantry is fighting out in the open. Luckily for Air Robert, they're Zekelis, so they're not very good. And this Brandenburger holding on. Oh, that's frustrating. Szekely got into the town here, though, allowing Farad to capture another flag. He just this is what he does. He's so aggressive, and then once he gets his lead, he just kind of like annoyingly sits on flags in just the perfect ways that you constantly have to shift to get him out. KV-85 versus the PaK-40. The heavy armor, the KV-85, proving very useful here, bouncing that PaK-40. Can the Brandenburg get hit by the ISU? They do, and they're gone. Goodbye. Brandenburg cut off, but still managing to kill off unit after unit here, and is back. He recaptured it. Oy vey. A single shot from the Andrusia comes down, or maybe it was two. Forces all these infantry to fall back. Now 13-11. Air Robert's still on the back foot here, though. Stu-42 finding the OB-25. 81 mortar hasn't really done much. There we go. Now it's going after the aid. Can it find it? Yeah, it's very close. Andrusia firing now at the Stu-42? Okay. Interesting. I feel like he could just use oh no, he's firing up here at north. All right, now clears that out. Very nice. Panzer IV went down to the KV-1E, I suppose. No, this is 3. And now the infantry forced off Air Robert, bringing it back to a 12-12. He has 18 minutes to bring this back. I mean, it's not impossible, but he's got to get on the tick pretty darn quick here. Brandenburger's coming in, though, and those are still very, very good. And Andrusia firing another blast now at the Stu-42. Okay, I could have sworn the first one was here. Maybe he moved it. I'm just kind of surprised he's not just sending a KV-85 or an ISU-152 after this Stu-42. This seems like, I don't know, I would almost be sending it after this instead. ME-210 in, but the double M15's going to try to stop it. They will. They need to move now, though. That mortar has found them. And the combat wombat getting hit. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm surprised he's not just retreating it to keep it alive. Yak-9B now coming in for the Stu-42. It's a very roundabout way of killing this thing. He's still got the ISU. Where did the other one go? Did it die? Because there was one up here on the hill. Okay, so one of the ISUs died. I'm not sure how. There it is, I think. Although that was maybe was an earlier one. Gavardi goes down, getting this flag under pressure again. Air Roberts moved the commander, but did not move the AA. That's really weird. Why he didn't just move all of them? Yep, and there goes one of his AA pieces. That's devastating. Sherman-Viki rocks now in the woods. No chance of them losing this fight, especially against the Panzergren. Goodbye, Panzergren. Insta-death. Now he can just go through, take out the Szekely next. Oh, poor disheartened unit. Yeah, that's why these guys are so bad. Like, they're disheartened, so they're terrible at CQC. They get pinned instantly and immediately, like, get surrendered. KV-1E in now. There's not a lot of AT here. Stug 3 in, though. Infantry get pushed off. Farad back to a 12-12. And Robert grabbing this flag here in the center. Won't last long, though. Nope. Stug's proving to be effective weapons. M15 does stop the ME-210. And Air Robert has the north pretty secure now. No push down south or anything like that. Already continuing to come down. I still don't think Air Robert's moved this thing. No, he hasn't. It's coming down pretty close. Oh, KV-1E versus the Stug 3. Not a great fight here. Well, especially with the PaK-40 involved, and the KV-1E goes down. ISU-152, what has it found? Oh, it's just machine gun firing. It's moving forward to kill the Stug 3, but the KV-85 should be able to get that. Oh, it retargeted it. And now the KV-85 will take out that Stug 3. Ooh, the auto-targeting of the game. Screwing Farad there pretty hard. Panzerschreck coming in to kill the ISU-152. He's had enough of this thing rolling around here. Ba-ba-boom. AA finally moving. Another ISU, Air Robert realizing that this is the ultimate weapon of superpower. Brandenburg Aufklär giving so much information. My goodness gracious. What a little placement here from Farad. That's I have to assume that's been absolutely invaluable to him playing this game so well. PaK-40, what is it hitting? Infantry? I have to assume it's just... Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. That was unfortunate. You really should have at least had that in cover. Wow. So, Air Robert losing 2 AA pieces. Again, he's only got 6. And I don't remember if he's lost any others. Pack 40 gets insta-wiped by the ISU-152. He's got plenty of Pack 40s. No, he doesn't actually. He's got 5. And we've seen several go down, so he does not have plenty. These ISU-152s, though, are like it. And they're the things doing it right now. KV-1E versus Stug 3, but the Stug 3 is triple star. Oh, but it was damage, and the KV-1 takes it down. Pretty big kill there. Brandenburger's still coming in. Plenty of those, apparently. I mean, he did have 16, so I'm not shocked. Baird finding another 13-11, though, as Air Robert desperately holds on. Mortar looking for the finishing blow on the ISU-152. KV-1E helping save the day. T-34 pops out here. KV-1E taking hits from the Pack 40. That'll go down any second now. Ooh, big hit by the KV-1E. How much does this damage this thing do? No, normal damage. That time it missed, and down the KV-1E goes. Yeah, I think Air Robert's letting a little bit too much of his... oh, he's got this on return fire. Oh, he tried to get it off in time, and oof. Oof, but oof. KV-1E, KV-8S. It's KV-85. I'm sorry. They have one that's an 8S, and they have one that's an 85. It's so annoying because they look exactly the same. More Pack 40s in, but he's trying to save the day. Gavardi DP still goes down. ISU-152 spots the Pack 40. Pack 40 gets a shot off. Gets a penetration with its APCR, but now it will be... Oh, no, it missed! Gets another penetration with the APCR. Oh, no. Pack 40 now running. ISU-152 getting in very close. Only has 1 HE shot left. Yak 9B coming in to save the day. Does it get the bombing strike off on the Panzer? Oh, no. It hit the Panzergren, not the Panzer Shrek, which I kind of was expecting it to hit. Shooter knockout on the T-34 from the Stug 4 on the hill. Stug 3 on the hill there. 5 minutes left for Air Robert. Things not looking good now. I thought he was turning it around, but I'm not sure if he is anymore. Panzer Shrek gonna come kill this key unit. ISU way too close, with no support whatsoever. Will the Panzer Shrek miss is the question. It's very stressed out. It does not, and the ISU-152 goes down. I think this might be the only one left right here. And that's already taken a lot of damage. Gavardia get immediately pinned in a blob. Mortar now going to finish off the ISU-152. Back to a 12-12. A crap ton of Stugs coming in. All leader Stugs, so prepare for veterancy. A singular Brandenburger overwhelming these Gavardia. More Gavardia coming in. Andrusia lands a nice strike here in the center of town. He give a dash just does know that. I thought they had AT. They don't. I think Air Robert should fall these back now. ISU-152 going to go down any second to this mortar. It's very damaged. Big hit kills the Pack 40 though. Another M15 has been brought in. What is he shooting at? Oh, gonna finish off that Brandenburger. Kabow! Wow, he didn't even pin it down. That's actually shocking. Oh, mortar's getting some hits. Any second, it's going down. There it is. ISU-152, all gone. Farad's definitely doing a happy dance over there. For that unit is unpleasant. Brandenburger absolutely just crushing these Gavardia. So far, Farad being able to make use of his more expensive infantry. And now there's Stugs everywhere. There is another ISU-152. Oh, the nightmare's not over for Farad. Bombing strikes in on the T-34E. Gonna take that out. So, tank down. Mortars now coming for the M15s. I don't think they've moved. Combat Wombat under pressure again. Ooh, a direct hit there. Finally move. Oh, down another one goes. Yeah. Air Robert too slow on that, and Farad very fast on his mortar micro. Very nice there. Air Robert on 1311. That's not going to be enough, though, on a single tick. KV-85 gets a penetration. A nice hit there. Return fire does penetrate. Down it goes. Issue with the Andrusia, they do take forever to reload. Like, just so long. It feels... Oh, excuse me. Feels like the Nebelwerfer 300 mil reloads faster. I think it does. KV-1E might get a hit here on the Stug 3. Nope, it doesn't look like it sees it. Lines of sight in these towns is always very questionable. This Brandenburg will probably just crush both these Gavardia squads. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious, that was so much damage. The Ak-9B coming in for the bombing strike on the Stu-42 will not get through the flak drilling. Might even die if it falls back the wrong way. Yep, down it goes. That's the last Yak-9B. KV-85, sight damage on the Stug 3. Stug 3 misses the KV-85. So Air Robert actually successfully clearing out a lot of this armor. More Panzergrens coming in. I mean, there's a sea-face guard of Panzergren, so Farad is not running out of Panzergrens, I can tell you that. ISU-152 versus the Stug. Will it land? It actually missed. We saw it here, folks, and ISU-152 missed its first shot. That is the fun thing, though, about Spearverband Kessel. I mean, your infantry do just slap so hard. Except for the Higgevidash. Those make me sad. But all the other infantry, I mean, Brandenburgers for days is quite fun. I mean, they're really like a step off of Fallschirmjägers. They are not Fallschirmjägers, do not get me wrong, but they're close. They are close. Incredibly close. Can the Andrusia... Oh, uh-oh. The Andrusia is not going to fire first. The ISU-152 is very, very close. It doesn't even see it. Oh, no. Unsupported ISU-152. The Stug misses. And now he's falling back instead of shooting. KV-85 coming in to try to save the day. Stug gets the penetration. Stu-42 bounces. Stu-42 goes down. Can the Andrusia stop it? It can't. It bounces it. ISU-152 fires, very stressed out, actually gets a bailed out from the KV-85, and there it is. Woo! These Brandenburgers take like 4 Gavardia with them each time. Again, this Brandenburger Aufklärer, absolutely invaluable. Even lets him see every reinforcement unit that's coming through. Andrusia blasting. Doesn't appear to be killing anything. Pack 40, though, in to kill off the ISU-152, and there it is. Now they're all dead, I think. That was... I think so, yeah. Oh, it's going to take a KV-85 with it, too. Oh, Farad getting the value on this thing. Now what? What's it taking now? Oh, there's this 3 over here. It's got plenty of HE shells. Why isn't it firing? Andrusia trying to save the day. Lands a big hit. Takes out the Pack 40, but too little, too late. Already claimed, what, like 100 and... Yeah, 220 points of units. Oof. Oof. And now the ME-210 because of this ZSU dying there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's somehow still 12-12, but it doesn't matter. Farad way ahead in points. Oh, nothing going right for him here. I'm surprised neither player ended up on a Sherman division. Sherman divisions on this map are so good. They're just so good. The Sherman fires so quickly and turns and does all the stuff so fast in this town. They're like indomitable. Like, this is the ultimate Sherman map. So I'm really surprised. I wonder what they ban, but I can't imagine they banned every single Sherman division. I mean, second was probably banned. I could definitely see CIL being banned on here. Corporal Italiano. But there are so many other Sherman divisions that you could use. I mean, Task Force 45 would be okay here with the Nisei rifles and stuff. Oh, Avto's getting caught. These Brandenburgs just doing so much damage. Goodness me. Three minutes left here. I see no way back for Robert. Gotta respect the continued play, though. Give us more fantastic content. And Farrah definitely still has like 40 more infantry to work through. As Panzer Grenadiers just flow in. Stug 3 finding the KV-1. KV-1, yeah, it's not out of range. Gets a penetration, though. The KV-1, he goes down then. Su-85 going down to the 40M. These things do have the heat shell. Yeah, they do have the fun little rocket heat shell. Great value on these things. Great value on them. 75 mils is whatever. 12 rounds a minute is pretty good. The heat shell got 6 rounds a minute. 30% accuracy. Not terrible for those kind of things. There's definitely worse. Avtos will never get out of their transport. Oh, there we go. Hello. Starts blasting, but he's already super pinned down, and there's more Panzergrens around. Gets absolutely crushed. Fared back on a 13-11. Yeah, and Air Robert's got almost nothing. Some KV-85s rolling in. Oh, okay. KV-85 with that extra armor just does a lot of work. That extra 15 millimeters of armor really does a lot. It actually gives you a chance of bouncing Stug 3 shells and stuff. Like, at that range, a Stug 3 would always penetrate a T-30-45. But this KV-85 bounced both those shells. Transmission damage actually a big deal here. It gives the Panzergrens time to run their butts away, which is kind of hilarious. Because usually it wouldn't be a huge deal, but here it actually made a big difference. So, Air Robert finally making a push up north. He really should have done this sooner. Maybe not with every single unit, but he could have, yeah, captured this a lot sooner. Of course, you never know, but, I mean, based on how much Farad put up here and how much he killed, it was reasonable to think there's no way he's got that much stuff here. And I'm not even saying call more stuff in. He had plenty of stuff. Obviously, everything needed to be going to the center to hold off Farad's push in the center. Mighty Strafniki 1v2ing these guys. And they're actually doing pretty good, but they are going to get overwhelmed here. A little too much even for him. ME-210 going to crush his hopes and dreams. Oof. Doesn't actually even do that much. It's usually enough to kill a support gun or something, though. Or an AT gun. And there is the timer. It doesn't look like they noticed that the timer ended, so we're just going to zip here, because the game is technically over. It's a 50-minute time limit. 50 minutes there, 3,855 to 5,115. Yeah, Farad severely out-trading Air Robert there. GG to him. Commiserations there to Air Robert. ISU 152's doing the work. Look at this freaking thing. Ridiculous. Redonkulous, I say. Andrusia doing some nice work. This yeah, these are the later ones. Did not do nearly as well. ME-210. Wow, look at that. A lot of value out of that thing. Flakverling shot down a whole bunch. Killed some infantry. That's fun. Brandenburgers. Oof. Oof. Panzer IV did some good work, too. 81 Morty. Look how much damage that did. Cook out 3 M15s. Wow. Brandenburger. They got the value. And if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe down below, and make sure to check out that Patreon. Thank you to all my current and past Patreon supporters. It really means a lot. Thanks a bunch, guys, and have a fantastic day.